Hello and welcome to another episode of Issues and Insights. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government, and we've got a couple of things going on this month that recognize our first responders. And I've got Chris Denham here from Elizabethtown Police Department. Chris, good to see you, man.
Good to see you as always, man.
Thanks for being on our show today.
Thanks for having me.
This month, actually, I believe May the 12th through the 18th celebrates Police Officer Memorial Week. And, we thank you for your service and all that you've done to not only protect the citizens of the city of Elizabethtown and Hardin County, but also to keep us informed and educated as well.
Well, I appreciate that, Bryce, and it goes back to you. I mean, you spent a long career in law enforcement as well, so your service is greatly appreciated as well.
Thank you for that. Wanted to talk a little bit about the Memorial Week. There's several things going on throughout the United States for Police Officer Memorial Week. I believe there's a long festival that goes on in Washington, D.C. that I know the Shepherdsville Police Chief, Rick McCubbin, attends every year. But people may not realize that there's some local things that go on as well.
Yeah, we talked about last year, and every year annually, Radcliffe hosts the event at, last year I believe they did it at the Colvin Community Center, but it's either there or in the parking lot of the Radcliffe Police Department.
Right. This year it'll be May the 17th.
I'm not sure. Is it noon?
It's at noon in front of Radcliffe Police Department, and those of you all that would like to attend, it is quite open to the public, and it is sponsored by Radcliffe FOP. So
and there's a lot of people that show up. There's a lot of officers, a lot of representation from various agencies and outside of the county, but also agencies within the county, and probably each agency within the county will have representation there. But it's an opportunity for the public to kind of meet and greet with the officers and shake their hand and give them thanks for the job that they do. Our citizens here, excluding myself from the statement, but they are very fortunate for the law enforcement officers that we have in this area, some of the finest, and not just the Commonwealth, but the entire nation, in my opinion.
And I know that they also want people to know that if it does rain that day, that they will move that ceremony over to Colvin Community Center, which is right next door to Radcliffe Police Department, folks. And that ceremony and reception will be open to the public as well. So we want to get that out there so that you all can, that are watching our show today, are able to go out, celebrate the lives of our police officers that protect us in our community, but not only that, to also respect and honor those police officers from our area that have fallen in service to the community as well. So, and there is Radcliffe FOP has erected a monument site there at Radcliffe Police Department's parking lot to honor those that have fallen, not only just at Radcliffe Police Department, but all of the law enforcement agencies across our county. So again, that's May the 17th at noon in Radcliffe Police Department parking lot. That is a local celebration. There's also another one. I don't know whether you know this or not, but Kentucky State Police Honor Guard comes out and does a ceremony at one of our local cemeteries over one of their fallen state troopers.
So. I've seen that on their social media of them doing that, but I'm not aware of the specific details of that. I'm not sure how many troopers from this post area have paid the ultimate sacrifice, but I have seen that they're active in doing that.
But folks, we want to get that out so that you all are able to go out and thank the local police officers for what they do to keep us safe every day. And again, that's May 17th, Radcliffe Police Department at 10 o'clock. And, Chris, along that line, I wanted to talk to you today about all of the local police departments belong to an organization that you very much have a part in. Talk to folks about this, because they may not know about Hardin County Crime Stoppers.
Hardin County Crime Stoppers is an organization that benefits the citizens of Hardin County as well as law enforcement in Hardin County. The thing about it is we have a limited number of officers in Hardin County. Frankly, not enough. It's a national trend. But our biggest asset, our most valuable tool, is our citizens that we serve. They're another eye on the street, another set of boots on the ground, if you will. And Hardin County Crime Stoppers is an organization funded through various measures, but it gives folks the opportunity to file an anonymous report of a crime. And this organization, and it can be anything from a petty theft all the way up into a serious offense, whether it be a sexual assault or a homicide. But if the tip that you relay to that law enforcement agency via Crime Stoppers, if it proves to be a valuable information that leads to the arrest of a suspect or suspects, you can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000. Again, that is an anonymous tip. Your name will never be exposed. You are not required to testify.
So, Chris, if somebody wanted to give a tip that they knew about that happened in our county, how would they give that tip?
They can call the 1-800-597-8123. Again, it's 1-800-597-8123.
And folks, we'll put that down at the bottom of the screen so that you all have that number in case you're wondering what it is.
And I want to explain the process of how it remains anonymous, because that's a question that we get quite often. If you call into Crime Stoppers, if you call the number that we just mentioned, the call taker who answers the call will assign you a Crime Stoppers case number. It will be CS- a series of numbers. That from there forward through the case's progression will be your Crime Stoppers case number. That information will be relayed to the investigating officer, and it is your responsibility to follow up with Crime Stoppers, again by calling the 1-800-597-8123, and just check the status, the progression of your case by using that case number. If the investigating officer or detective determines that if the information proves to be valuable, that is relayed back to the Crime Stoppers organization, and the Crime Stoppers board will meet and present the facts of the case. Will be presented to the board, and they will decide what amount of payout if it will be awarded to the citizen.
So, Chris, is there another way that people can make that? Is there a way that they can send you an email or?
You can visit their social media. There's a social media page, Hardin County Crime Stoppers, and all that information, including the email, is on the social media, Hardin County Crime Stoppers.
So
on Facebook.
I know in the past you all have advertised, as has other law enforcement agencies, when you all talked about a crime that had been committed here in Elizabethtown or Hardin County. You can say that you all usually end it with a tagline that you can call Elizabethtown Police Department or Hardin County Crime Stoppers, and Crime Stoppers pays cash rewards.
Up to $1,000.
Right. So what if somebody came in to E-Town Police Department with information on a crime? I mean, they didn't leave it anonymous. They didn't call it in, and they come in. Are they still eligible for that reward?
They can still be eligible for that reward, correct. But again, even if calling Crime Stoppers and wanting to remain anonymous, you don't have to remain anonymous. You're able, if you call the 1-800-597-8123 number, you can give your information and also be willing to testify if you're interested.
Because I know you all have people that give you information all the time.
Every day.
So there might be chances that they could be rewarded for that information.
Absolutely.
Is that ever held against them because they've been rewarded for that information? Has that ever been held against them in any case that you've had?
I'm not familiar with that.
Good, because I know people may worry about that, and so I want to take that fear away from them.
No, again, I mean, you're doing as a responsible citizen, you're doing what we encourage everyone to do, to report. That's what certainly wouldn't be held against you.
Chris, I know that you're on the Crime Stopper board, and so you all have made Crime Stoppers available to some of the school systems as well, correct?
And both Hardin County schools and the Elizabethtown Independent Schools are pushing that information, posting our logos up throughout the school in hopes, again, of encouraging citizens to be more involved, more invested in their community, and to make Hardin County a safer place for us all to live.
E-Town City Schools have also got a email that they can send, or students can send tips into officials, staff. I think it goes to the principals, correct?
It does. It goes to school administrators, probably all the principals, and then Mr. Smallwood as well as Mr. Ballard. Tips relating to threats within the school. Students are able to email that information. So if they're not comfortable going forward and verbally telling someone they can report that via email. And again, it's just another way for what the Lewis Town Independent Schools are doing to keep the students safe.
If you all have a case that you're presenting that you want to try and get tips on, I know we've got one from Radcliffe Police Department now on some graffiti. How can folks find out about that case in order to, they may have something that they might know about it. How would they get that information from that case?
So the law enforcement agencies in the county, they relay that information to myself, and then I will put it on the Hardin County Crime Stoppers Facebook page. Also, various media outlets will push it that way as well.
Okay, and then does that information come back, the number ring into?
The Hardin County Crime Stoppers, the phone number will ring into a call taker, and again, that is who will assign the case number. If you don't provide them with your name, they don't know it. If there is an award given based on if the board meets and based on the matrix, it's not a subjective thing. I mean, there is a strict matrix and guidelines, as you know, you're on the board as well, but there is a strict matrix guidelines that are followed to determine the payout amount. If the board determines that there's going to be a payout, you will be directed, or the Hardin County Crime Stoppers organization will log that information, and then the complaining party or the citizen, when they call in the next time, this is Crime Stoppers case number XYZ, they will be instructed, yes, we have a payout for you, and they will be directed to a local financial institution, and all they have to do is go to the drive-through of that financial institution where they're directed and say, I am here for envelope number, whatever the number we give them, and it's passed out the window to them, and they drive away. There is, again, no identification of that person.
Chris, what if some of our financial institutions or businesses are watching right now? Can they make donations to Hardin County Crime Stoppers?
Donations can be made to Hardin County Crime Stoppers. We certainly accept that, and it wouldn't be we wouldn't be able to keep it on its feet without those donations. And if they wish to do that, they can contact me, Chris Denham, at the Elizabethtown Police Department, 270-765-4125. Welcome to drop it by, or we would even be willing to come pick it up.
And again, folks, we'll put that down at the bottom of the screen. Chris, thank you for all you do. And before you leave, I want to make sure that people know, again, the week of May the 12th through the 18th is Police Officer Memorial Week. There will be a local service at Radcliffe Police Department on May the 17th at noon, and that is in Radcliffe Police Department's front parking lot. If it is raining that day, they will move that ceremony over to Colvin Community Center. We want everybody to know that this ceremony is sponsored by Radcliffe Fraternal Order of Police, and they hold it in front, but all of our area police departments participate in that memorial service.
You know as well as I do, and again, excluding myself, I don't consider myself a real policeman anymore. I'm in my current position, but those guys on the road, I mean, they without them, chaos. This community would be in total chaos. And if I encourage people to walk up to them and shake their hand and thank them, and they do appreciate it, as you know. I mean, it does mean a lot when a citizen walks up to you and just randomly thanks you for what you do. They appreciate it. So I encourage people to do that, who recognize the sacrifices that they make for them.
Again, reach out to your local law enforcement agencies. Hey, take them a bunch of cupcakes or a bunch of cookies or something to make that week special for them on the week of May the 12th to 18th. And we're taping this show on Oaks Day. Tomorrow is actually Derby Day, so Chris is celebrating Oaks Day, and of course it also is Cancer Survivor Awareness is part of Oaks Day. And so Chris is decked out in his pink pants and pink tie, and so Chris, thank you for that, for recognizing our cancer survivors.
A lot of people very near and dear to me battle that disease, so it's certainly something that I think a lot of. Yeah,
I understand totally. Thank you for joining us here with Chris Denham from E-Town Police Department. Stay tuned to us. We'll be right back with our Hardin County EMS and talk about Hardin County EMS Appreciation Week. And welcome back. We've got Hardin County EMS Director, and that's Emergency Medical Services Director, right, Jamie Armstrong. Jamie, welcome to our show today.
Thank you, Bryce.
We talked earlier to Chris Denham from E-Town Police Department because emergency services, our first responders, have got Appreciation and Memorial Week, both for EMS and law enforcement this month. And so I believe Emergency Medical Service Appreciation Week is the week before Law Enforcement Memorial Week. So May the 5th through whatever the end of that, the 11th, I believe, May
Right.
the 5th through the 11th.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you all have done in the past and kind of what you do for your Appreciation Week.
Sure. So there's different things that we do and that people from the community have done for us. Many of the local churches and individuals will bring us food and different various items. Air Methods, which is our air medical partner here locally that's based at Addington Field, they actually do a cookout for all the different services that week.
Oh, that's awesome.
That they help in the region. Hardin Memorial Health, they actually do a cookout there in the ER, and one of the days, and as the crews come in and out, they give them hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, things like that. So, and there's other things throughout the community. We're always invited to different places, but it's really a good week, and we really appreciate everything that the community and our partners do and for us during that week.
Now, Jamie, you all have how many ambulances now that are what you, I believe, term as 24-hour ambulances?
Right. So we have 6 24-hour ambulances. So it's basically we have 6 ambulances. Each one of them has a paramedic, EMT on them. We've got 1 in Sonora, 3 in Elizabethtown, and 2 in Radcliffe that are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help the citizens.
Unless they're on a
County.
call.
Yes, of course, unless they're on a call, yeah.
So I know you have another vehicle that you all use during the week that does some, transports? Explain a little bit about that.
We have another squad or crew that works 40 hours a week. It works Monday through Friday, and they help us not only sometimes with emergency calls, but they also, their primary mission is to do routine transfers. So if your loved one's going home from the hospital and they require an ambulance, or if they're going back to a nursing or skilled nursing facility and require an ambulance, they take them back there, doctor's visits, things of that nature. The non-emergent transfers, that's what they're there to help out and take care of people.
Now, you all have increased your numbers quite a bit since Barry Brown was one of the first directors, I believe, of EMS. Since Barry Brown's time, and we very much appreciate Barry,
Right.
Since his time, you all have increased your numbers quite a bit, correct?
Yeah, so Barry was here during the inception whenever the county became the EMS service or took over EMS in the early 80s. He retired in, I believe, 2005. And around that time and since, so in 2005, the service was making around 7,000 or 8,000 calls, and right now,
Per year.
per year. And then last calendar year, we made right around 17,500 calls for the calendar year. So we've basically doubled our calls in that time frame, and
Almost tripled.
Yeah, almost.
So compared to how many people you had back then, full-time, how many folks do you have now?
We've probably added about two trucks to our service, and we're still able to manage not only the 911 calls, but we also provide services whenever someone has to go from Hardin Memorial Health to another healthcare facility like Jewish or Baptist East and areas like that.
I know this year you're looking at even possibly adding another transport vehicle to your fleet this next year for daytime transport.
Yeah, yes, we have. We put into the budget for this year, and of course it's budget time, and fiscal court and the judge executive, they're getting down to the final steps of that, but we're tentatively approved for a additional 40-hour unit to help out not only with non-emergent transfers, but also in the need could also assist with 911 calls as well.
Jamie, a lot of people may not know this, but you've changed your fleet around quite a bit, and even changing what type of vehicles you use now.
Right. A few years ago, we switched from the traditional color scheme or paint scheme that we had for years, the white ambulance with the orange stripe. We switched to a white ambulance with a blue and gray with a red, white, and blue Star Life, which is the insignia for EMS. And we also have transitioned from a traditional ambulance to a truck-style ambulance that is actually four-wheel drive. And we're fortunate, very fortunate, that we have one at every station. And here within this current year, we're actually going to add.
You mean one of every station?
Well, so we've got a four-wheel drive ambulance, a truck style, a new one. In Sonora, we've got one in Radcliffe, and actually this upcoming year, they're going to add the second one up there. That is a truck style with the four-wheel drive capabilities. And then Elizabethtown also will have two. So it gives us capabilities in inclement weather. But additionally, if someone is in a field or hunting or things of that nature, before we would have to rely on the fire department. So it becomes, and it makes us more self-sufficient.
And I think y'all have added a couple ATVs to your flock as well.
We have. We've got one that, as you well know, emergency management has, that they were fortunate enough to get through grant process, that has many capabilities, has winches, it can hold up to 6 persons. We can also put equipment, things in the back. We also have another one, a diesel UTV that actually has a sled in the back that we actually have a stretcher mount, a traditional stretcher, not a litter, but an actual stretcher that we get off and we utilize for not only emergencies in the field, but we also utilize it during our festivities or festivals. The county fair, barbecue, blues and bikes, cruising, Glendale Days, So we've got lots of resources we've added, and we've been fortunate, very fortunate, to have community partners and also other department heads like yourself to work with us to get us the tools that we need to better serve the citizens of Hardin County.
Right, and I definitely want to thank Judge Berry and our Deputy Judge Executive Daniel London, because they've been big supporters of the growth that you've seen in EMS. So.
Yeah, Daniel, and Daniel London, the Deputy Judge Executive, and Judge Berry, they've huge supporters. And actually, Daniel London, while he was in college, actually worked as an EMT, worked 24 hours a day and went to college. So he well understands how EMS is and our needs and our goals for the future.
Well, Jamie, thank you for all you do and all the EMTs, paramedics, and EMTAs that you all have, and not only them, but you've got 2 great staff members in your office, in your business office area, that do a wonderful job every day in supporting you all. So we want to thank them for everything that they do. And I know you all have full-time and some part-time folks that come from other agencies to help us out every so often as well. So we want to thank them for their service and all they do. And folks, if you all would like to drop something by the EMS station in Elizabethtown at 170 North Provident Way, right there off of Patriot Parkway next to the new government building, the week of May the 5th through the 11th, I think is what we said. During that week is, which is this next week, as a matter of fact, is EMS Appreciation Week. Feel free, if your church or your civic group or even you would like to bring something by. It brightens their day so much, and we appreciate anything that you all would like to do. Jamie, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And if somebody had questions they'd like to ask y'all, what's y'all's local number that they can reach out to you?
Sure, the best number to call is 270-769-3014.
Okay, and we'll put that number down at the bottom of the screen so you all can reach out to them. If you want to call them and ask them, where should you bring something to if you'd like to appreciate those folks next week. Right.
And, we appreciate anything and everything that the citizens of the county do for us.
Jamie, thank you for all that you all do at Hardin County EMS, and appreciate your all service, and all of our EMTs, paramedics, EMTAs. We appreciate their service. And again, folks, that is next week. Anybody that would like to drop by and give something to some kind of snack, anything that you'd like to bring to EMS, they would greatly appreciate. Thanks for joining us on Hardin County Education and Community TV, where we try to keep you informed on what's going on all throughout this big community that we call Hardin County, but more especially what's going on in your students' life in the Hardin County school system. And remember, Summer break's right around the corner at the end of this month. Please pay special attention. I'm getting my tongue-tied. Please pay special attention to folks that are on the side of the road, either exercising, playing near the street. Be cautious in our neighborhoods. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government, and this is Hardin County Issues and Insights.